Hi, my name is Liza Stratton and I'm a Senior Youth Development Coordinator for the Pineland branch of the YMCA of Southern Maine. Today I'm going to show you how to do a drawing game that I like to play that's called 5 dots. So what you're going to need is some coloring materials. I'm using permanent markers because that's what I like to use the best. But you can use crayons, regular markers, you can even use paint if you want. And then of course you need some paper and a pencil. Also, it's best if you have a pencil with an eraser because you always want to be able to erase your initial dots and your initial lines to make it even more creative. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and you're going to use your pencil to make 5 dots on the paper anywhere you want. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that connects all of my dots into one shape. So this is what my first shape looks like. And you can see that it doesn't really look like anything right now, but now the challenge is to turn this shape into something. And you know, sometimes that can be pretty tricky, but you're always able to expand and make it a little bit bigger if you need to. So the way I usually start is by looking at the shape in all directions. So I'm going to look at it this way, and I see that I could turn it into some mountains maybe, or a crown on someone's head, or maybe even a dinosaur that way. If I'm holding it this way, it kind of looks like it could be a face. So like this is the nose, and here's the chin. So maybe I'm going to run with that. Now I'm just going to start adding details to make it look like a face. And I can also change those initial lines that I drew to make them more curvy, or to make them just a little bit different. But it's actually more fun if you try to leave them as original as you can, because then it'll end up with a really goofy, kind of abstracted picture at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and make it into that face that I envisioned. And to do that, I'm definitely going to need to add some things as well. So one thing that you can't really see in this shape is like an ear. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my own ear. And too, I like that this shape is so geometrical and pointy. So I'm going to try to stick with that style throughout my whole drawing, and kind of do things with sharp edges and points, because I think that it'll really make it more unique. There, so this is my first 5-dot drawing. Another way that you can play the 5-dot game is by using those 5 dots to make a person. So 1 dot for each arm, and then 1 dot for each leg, and then a dot for the head. This is a really good way to make some action scenes, because usually they end up pretty silly. So you could use it to draw a comic book, or to make pictures of people dancing, and it's also especially nice when you put more than one on each page, because they kind of interact with each other. So let's go ahead and give that a try. So I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to draw 5 dots again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and then I'm going to figure out, I want to look at these dots and kind of figure out which direction I should put them in to make my person. Alright, so I'm going to use this dot at the top as the head. I'm kind of just starting this off by making a stick figure so that I can get a good idea of where everything will be. And now I'm just going to kind of go in and add some details, make it more of a 3-dimensional figure, just by going on the outside of my lines. There, so he has one really long kicked out karate leg. I'm going to go ahead and add another person up in this area by using the same method. So I'm going to do 5 more dots and then draw another person. And I'm probably going to go in and add another one down here too, just to see what kind of scene we can make. Alright, so this is my scene. And now I'm going to figure out a way to make all of the characters interact or connect somehow. I think I might go with kind of like a circus picture, like they're all kind of entertaining, and make this person like hanging from a swinging trapeze. Maybe this person is riding on some animal. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this person yet, but let's start with these two and see where this one ends up. Now too, I'm just going to go in and add some facial expressions on the people so that you can kind of see how everyone's liking this experience. There. So that's another way to use the 5-dot game. And this way is a lot of fun because it's kind of like a scene from a movie or a scene from a comic book. And you can really come up with anything that you see in the picture. Thanks for joining me today.